guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today we are diving into the 5 absolute fastest drag cars currently in Horizon 5. Now, I did make one of these videos recently, however, I was incredibly wrong. There were so many faster cars than what we picked as the #1 spot, and what we picked as the #1 spot was the Lamborghini Diablo GTR. So today we have a list of 5 different cars that I think are incredibly good at drag racing. It's definitely the top 5 in Horizon 5, and then at the end of the video we're actually going to be racing them against each other to see what the fastest one in all of Horizon 5 is, so stay tuned for that. But starting things off today is a Hot Wheels car. Right now we're just going over the cars and their current top speeds, and it's the Bone Shaker. I recorded a drag racing video yesterday against this car. I was just trying to win the drag race and someone used this. Blew me out of the water. I've never seen a car go so fast. It does have a top speed of 272 miles per hour with the right tune on it, but again, this is one of those made up cars, so it doesn't actually exist, but that's okay because it doesn't need to exist to be an insane drag car in Forza Horizon 5. Now, maybe someone can confirm in the comments down below whether this is part of the Hot Wheels DLC or not. Hopefully it isn't, because that really sucks when Forza locks cars behind a paywall, and it seems to be something they do quite often. But anyways, let's dive into the next one. And up next is another car we had on the last list, but I put it low. I didn't realize what an incredibly good car this is. It's definitely faster than the Lambo GTR with the correct tune, and it's the BMW X5M Forza edition. Now, this car's tune to be a drag beast, it's an X class, so it has quite a bit of upgrades that go on it, and it just looks like a normal BMW for the most part. But I got ruined by this car yesterday. Again, somebody else used it. It has a top speed on the highway of 271 miles per hour, so it does lack there a little bit, but it hits that 271 miles per hour really quickly. So I'm sorry, I know a lot of you were upset that I didn't give this car its proper respect. Hopefully this time I'll pay it its dues. We're gonna compare it at the end. I have very high expectations for it, and I'm thinking it's a top 3 for sure. Now, next up we have our Lamborghini Diablo GTR. I thought this was the fastest car in the game. It still could be. Well, maybe I just had a wrong tune on it. I put a different one on it that should be better now. Again, with all these cars, I put the best tune for drag racing on them to make it as even as possible. But the Lamborghini Diablo GTR, I've always thought was the fastest drag car. It gets down the festival drag strip in about 14 seconds, and it has a really high top speed. It goes 290 miles per hour. So definitely on the air strip drag race, this is the fastest car. I don't think any of the other ones on this list can keep up, but we're strictly going for the festival one right now. And this has an S2 class tune on it, so if you put an X class on it, keep looking around. The one you want is S2 by default. But I'm interested. This could be number 5, like the very last place on today's list. I don't really know. I'm really shocked that the Ford Supervan's not on this list either. Moving on though, we have the McLaren F1 GT, which is my favorite car on this list. It was a top 2 or 3 fastest drag car in Horizon 4, well, not Horizon 5. And I think it's the same thing here. It's definitely one of my favorite cars in the game. It does have a heavy price point of like 10 million credits, but that's okay because you guys watch Rizon videos and you're rolling in cash. So I'm excited to see what it does. It's definitely our second fastest car on the list. It goes 287 miles per hour at its top speed, and by default it is also an S2, but I think it's going to be our first or second fastest car today. And then moving on to the hidden legend that we found recording the drag racing video, the Sierra Alpha. I had never heard of this car. I still know nothing about this car. We're going to dive into it in a whole separate video, but I think this is going to be the #1 fastest car for today's video. Now, it is an X class, and it only goes 234 miles per hour as its top speed, but it hits that in a matter of seconds. So I don't know. Definitely on a longer drag strip doesn't do as well, but for the festival one, I think this could be a first place. But anyways, that's the list. Let's go ahead and dive into the drag racing and test them out. And before we go any further, we do have a quick 30-second sponsor for today's video. Okay, so I'm expecting about 14 seconds with the Lambo GTR. Again, this is our control car. This is the one we originally thought was the fastest in the game, but we were taught yesterday that that's not the case. I mean, just look at this. It completely gaps everybody all the time. It's hitting 260 miles per hour by the end of the drag strip. A 12.3. Maybe with this new tune, we turn things around. But let's not get our hopes up too much. We're gonna move on to the next car. After that last race, I'm really nervous about this. I know it should be good, but I've never gotten a 12.3 with the GTR before. I think my fastest was 14.5 before it. I'm kind of nervous. I was really confident before, but now I'm not so sure. I just have to have good shifting, I think. This is looking good so far. This thing is so fast. I just know it's not going to hit the 260 miles per hour that the last one hit. That was a good race, so I don't know if I should have shifted at the end. 12.5! That is incredibly close. Like, that can come down to shifting. It's so close. Okay, and next up, you know, we have the Bone Shaker. Fingers crossed. I have no expectations of this car. I don't know what it's going to do. All I know is that it did beat a Lamborghini Diablo GTR yesterday, but again, it depends what tunes people have on. I think, again, if my shift, you know what I should have done? I should have done all automatic shifting. Well, hindsight's 2020, right? That was bad shifting. I could have never expected that first gear was going to be that long, so we're giving it the benefit of the doubt, and we're giving it second try here. And by second try, I guess I mean a third try. I can't get the timing right on this shifting. I think that was better. It just like is in the red line for so long, even though you're still accelerating. I think even if it is slower, I don't like this car. It's too hard to get down completely. 13.4. Didn't save us that much time in the end anyways. Okay, well, second to last, we got the McLaren F1 GT. This one I have high expectations of. This is insane. It's already, I can tell, faster, so it definitely would have beat the GTR off the line, but in the long stretch of things, is it the faster car? That hit 262. 12.3, that's within a couple seconds. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna call that a tie, because I can't remember exactly, and it's so close. That's a tie. Okay, boys, it all comes down to this. I think we've already proved that the Diablo GTR isn't necessarily the fastest. You can get cars with better tunes. It just comes down to your shifting. Already we've proved that. But hopefully this car can knock it off the podium. I'm really blown away by how fast that acceleration was. Like, that is a gap. Okay, you gotta beat 12.3. Please beat 12.3. Oh, it wasn't even close. Well, boys, that being said, I guess it's safe to say that in S2 class, the Diablo GTR still absolutely rules over everybody, except for the F1 GT. I think they're neck and neck, and someone could make an F1 GT. What is this? Tune that dethrones the Lamborghini Diablo. If I missed any cars, if there's any more sleepers out there, let me know, but I think these are all the best. And as far as X-Class drag racing goes, the Alpha Sierra is for sure at the top of that. But anyways, boys, if you made it all the way through to the end, let me know with a comment down below. As always, we'll see you in the next one. I'm out. Peace.